Amazon said terminated forever. Here's what I did next and how you can maybe get your account back if you actually want it. This is my KDP termination, part 2, as promised. Remember the story, that email I got last week that terminated my KDP account? Well, plot twist, it gets worse. But here's what Amazon doesn't want you to know about fighting back and why I might not even actually want my account back anymore. Well, hello, all you wonderful humans. If it's the first time you're here, I'm Beryl. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Radiant Reset, where we're proving that it's never too late to rewrite your story, even when life decides to completely tear up the script. And how amazing this past week has been. Tapping into the positive. Have you lot shown up for me this week? Thank you so much for all the support. Over 7,000 views so far and hundreds of comments that have actually honestly made me cry happy tears. I've been replying to every single one of you because your stories, your support, your Me Too moments, well, they've reminded me why I started this channel in the first place. So many of you have shared your own Amazon termination horror stories. And honestly, it's heartbreaking and infuriating how common this is. But it's also made me realize something massive, which I'll get to in a minute. Quick recap for anyone new here. Last Tuesday morning, Amazon KDP terminated my account. Not suspended my account, but terminated me, claiming a book cover imitated another author's work. This book had already been selling on their platform for over a year. They removed all of my books, froze my royalties, and banned me for life. No appeal process that actually listened, just automated responses from their customer termination bot department that basically say, deal with it, suck it up, you're terminated. Well, this week has been a proper roller coaster, and part 2 of the story, it's got more twists than a movie. After I made that first video last week, I thought, right, let me get some professional help. I reached out to my Amazon publishing coaches, the ones that I paid thousands to learn how to do this whole publishing thing properly, correctly, whatever. Anyway, but they actually did help me, and they helped me to craft what we thought was the perfect appeal email: professional language, detailed explanation, evidence of my good standing, 5-star reader reviews, the works. I submitted it, feeling cautiously optimistic, and guess what I got back? Haha! Hello! Due to the content guideline violations relating to your account, we are removing all of the titles you have uploaded through this account from sale on Amazon, and we will not be reinstating your accounts. You're no longer eligible to receive any outstanding royalties. Additionally, as per our terms and conditions, you are not permitted to open new accounts and will not receive future royalty payments from any additional accounts created. Please be advised that this is our final decision and we won't be offering any further insight or action on this matter. Andrea, content review team from Amazon. This is our final decision and we won't be offering further insight. Well, let that sink in for a moment. Not only are they saying no, they're saying don't bother us again, and we're not telling you why. But anyway, here's where you brilliant lot came to my rescue. Your comments led me down a proper research rabbit hole, and I discovered some things that Amazon definitely doesn't advertise. Firstly, there's the Alliance of Independent Authors, allianceindependentauthors.org. They actually help authors fight these cases. I haven't used them yet, but maybe I will. Who knew? I'll add the details in the description below or everything. Then Several of you mentioned trying to email Jeff at Amazon.com or Greg at Amazon.com. I don't know who Greg is. Now, I'm not delusional enough to think that Jeff Bezos is actually reading his emails personally, but maybe, just maybe, a human might actually see it rather than another bot. And here's the kicker. There's actually a law firm, Amazon Sellers Attorney, that specializes entirely in disputes between Amazon KDP and authors. They offer free consultations, representations, whatever. I know it costs around $2,000 because that's what I found out. And there's no guarantee, but they say they're pretty successful at getting accounts back. So if you want to spend $2,000, the fact is that an entire legal practice actually exists just for this, tells you everything about how common these terminations and suspensions really are. Oh, yes. I forgot. I see they were always referred to as suspensions, but now they're actually called termination. Anyway, while I was researching all of this, something shifted for me. I started asking myself, do I actually want my Amazon account back? Is it worth the $2,000? Am I prepared to pay that for it? It could be reinstated, only to happen again in maybe in a couple of months' time. Then I've got to pay another $2,000. Think about it. They've shown me exactly how they treat their authors. Generic responses from AI and bots, no human consideration, definitely no empathy from their bots, and guilty until proven, well, actually just guilty forever for no real concrete reason. And their fees, well, that's another thing. They take a massive chunk of our royalties. For what? The privilege of being at the mercy of their algorithms and living in this fear of being terminated all the time. I made a decision. I'm still going to book that free consultation with the attorneys because knowledge is power and I want to see what they have to say. But I'm not putting my life on hold, waiting for Amazon to decide if I'm worthy or not. My book, the one I've been pouring my heart into for over a year, the one that was supposed to launch this week, well, it's still launching, just not on Amazon, and maybe a few days later than expected due to this huge big fiasco. Draft to Digital, Kobo, Apple Books, Google Play. There's a whole world of platforms out there that actually treat authors like humans, not just content generating bots. Their royalty rates are often higher. Their customer service involves actual people, and they don't have algorithms that can actually destroy your livelihood and your business overnight with no recourse. Now, I'll be honest, the timing's been mental. We're off to visit family in the Netherlands this week, and I'd really wanted to get everything published and sorted before we left. But maybe this interruption is exactly what's needed to happen. Maybe I needed to step back and see the bigger picture, because here's what I really want you to take from this as well, especially my wonderful midlife community. We don't need anyone's permission to succeed. Not Amazon's, not anyone's. How many times in our lives have we let someone else's no become our final answer? How many times have we waited for approval from systems that don't actually see our worth? Anyway, I'll sell my books through the Radiant Reset, through my own channels, directly to the people who need them and want to read them. No middleman deciding if my message is worthy or not. No algorithm determining my fate, although I will try out a few new platforms. Definitely don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say. Anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge all of you again who have been so supportive and who are going through your own dramas with Amazon. The support that you've shown me, the stories that you've shared in the comments about your own battles with Amazon, your own moments of being dismissed by systems that should support you, well, that's reminded me of something crucial. We're not alone in this. There's an entire community of us who've actually been knocked down by faceless corporations, bots, and algorithms. But we're also a community that refuses to stay down. As I said, I've replied to every single comment that I could so far, and still busy. And those comments really made my day. I just want to cry when I think about them. They're still flowing in because, I mean, geez, these stories are huge. Each of you that shared your own Amazon termination experience has shown me that this isn't about one author's bad luck, which I thought it was when I first read that email. This is about a system that needs changing. Please, somebody send this off to Jeff, as he needs to see it. Here's what happens next. I'm launching my book on multiple platforms. I'm having that consultation with the attorneys, partly for my own options, but mostly so I can share what I learn with all of you. And I'm going to document this entire journey, the platforms I try, what works, what doesn't, the royalty comparisons, the customer service experiences, very important, all of it. Because if Amazon won't provide transparency, I bloody well will. If you've been terminated by Amazon KDP, drop your story in the comments. If you've successfully published on other platforms, share your experience. And if you're thinking about self-publishing, but you're scared of Amazon's power over authors, let's talk about alternatives. All the links I mentioned, the Alliance of Independent Authors, the legal services, the alternative publishing platforms, I'll put them all in the description below, as I said. And part 3 is coming soon. And I have a feeling that it's going to be about celebration rather than frustration this time. Because sometimes when one door slams shut, you realize you didn't actually want to go through it anyway. And you definitely don't need Amazon's permission to share your gifts with the world. Until next week, keep shining, keep writing, keep publishing, or what if you can, and keep proving that we don't need anyone's permission or ridiculous systems to be brilliant. Part 3 is going to be epic, and I've got some exciting news to share about the book launch. So make sure that you subscribe if this resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next one.